Today's video, we're going to talk about all the ways you guys can invest to prepare for Greats of the Game promo. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, all free with Amazon Prime. You'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So in today's video we're going to be walking through all the different ways that you guys can go and invest for the Greats of the Game promo coming this week and potentially the following week. Now this is a massive promo, and as a result there are a few different things to cover. First off, we're going to talk about, I guess, how are you going to fund your investments? Well, I do recommend selling any of your static players. What are static players? Static players are basically players that aren't going to receive an upgrade. Now the reason that you should sell these is because this is a completely live only promo, and as a result these cards are superiorly more interesting than the static cards. We're talking stuff like Team of the Seasons, the Ultimate Team of the Seasons we've had recently. I'm even talking about some of the Path to Glories and Make Your Mark cards that have either had kind of the maximum amount of upgrades so far, or they're not likely to receive any more. So for example, someone like Balak. Because Balak's already received the maximum amount of upgrades, even though the card is a live card, because there isn't really going to be any more hype generated around the card, I'd say it's basically static. So these are the sort of cards I'd go and sell. Him, and again, any Team of Seasons, old icons are someone that aren't going to receive upgrades, or unlikely to receive any upgrades that are demanded, or, again, just unlikely to go and receive them. You've got someone from like a semi-minor nation that needs to get 2 more wins and they're just unlikely to get 2 more wins in the group stage. They're more likely to go down than up with this promo. Because this promo is nothing but basically really well-demanded cards. And we know that this promo is well-demanded because, again, we kind of got a light version of it 2 weeks ago, but we've got the full gung-ho. We've got ourselves, I think it's like 30 icons. I think there's another like 10, 15 heroes, and then every single day we get a new hero and icon SBC, so there's plenty of opportunities for players in your clubs to basically go and get replaced. Well, as I say, that's basically talking about what I recommend doing to prep for it. Now let's talk about what you're actually going to invest in to go and prep for it. So interesting enough, all the SBCs and objectives have already been leaked, and we're basically going to go and get ourselves one of these every single day, and the cards should be quite well demanded. Obviously it's all subjective on what stats they give them, but Cafu would be well demanded, Iker Casillas would be semi well demanded, Lazaro is very likely to be well demanded, Gomez probably not, Mascherano potentially not, Figo and Rooney should have some decent demand, and again Seedorf, it would depend what they do, and again Shearer probably not. But because there's so many SBCs, on top of this we're likely to go and get ourselves, well, we've got Hero SBC coming on the Sunday in terms of like a hero player pick. We're going to, at the moment we keep on getting Make Your Mark, promo team 1 pack, so we're probably going to get a guaranteed Greats of the Game team 1/team 2 pack, because we're getting a lot more of these midweek that we weren't really getting during team of the, or I guess we were getting them during team of the season, but they're for team of the season. For example, the Make Your Mark pack. So what we're going to look at is we're going to look at what sort of cards are we going to go and invest for these. Now there's 2 really easy investments we're going to start off with, and that's basically going to be team of the weeks and team of the seasons. So consistently throughout all of this stuff, they keep on requiring a lot of Team of the Weeks and a lot of Team of the Seasons. We can see right there, 1 Team of the Week or 1 Team of the Season there. Another Team of the Week or Team of the Season there. We can go and load up some of the semi-well-demanded players. Let's go load up Dom Solobsai. And if we go and flip these, although it's not letting me flip stuff easily, we can see that again, another Team of the Week or Team of the Season player there. Is that what she wrote? Just 1 Team of the Week or Team of the Season. But they're consistently requiring Team of the Weeks and Team of the Seasons, despite neither Team of the Week or Team of the Seasons being in packs. Now, if you guys aren't aware, we've invested 17 million coins into Team of the Weeks. I've got them both sitting on my watch list. I've got them sitting in my transfer list. I've got 33 pages of Team of the Weeks. So I'm very heavily invested in Team of the Weeks for this reason, and I recommend you guys going into Team of the Weeks as well. So there's a few ways how you can maximise your Team of the Week investment, and I have covered this in a previous video. The first one of these is going with Brazilian players. Next Wednesday we are going and getting ourselves more likely than not the Brazil or the Foot Champs objective is going to require Brazilian players, and as a result they're going to be decent. And the second one is by going and buying players with slightly higher price ranges. So right now Team of the Weeks are around about 38-40k. Now if they have a really good week, we expect them being 50k plus. Now the problem is some of these only have a 50k price range. For example, Booth only has a 50k price range, which means if he goes up to 60k, or Team of the Weeks go up to 60k, the most you can sell him for is 50k. So what you want to do is, if you want to go and buy Team of the Weeks and allow yourself to, be able to hit those massive profits if we get there, then you want to go and buy players like Rapone. Rapone has a 65k price range, if some of them would like. There you go, a 65k price range there. Now there's a really easy way to go and just pick up players with 65k price range or 60k plus price ranges, and that's going Team of the Week minimum buy now 60k. Now obviously you're not going to go and buy the ones who are 60k because that'd be crazy. But what you can do is pick the ones that you don't think, because some of these cards actually might be selling for a bit more than like the floor rate. For example, Hansen isn't going to be going for 40k, which the rest of the team leagues are going for. But if we're going to pick someone a bit more plebby, let's go with not Diego Costa because he's being used for it. Let's go with this guy. This guy again has no real reason to be worth much more than 60, much more than fodder. We press there, we press compare, and you can see there's loads there, a few there, sub 40. So it'd be better to go and invest in him than it would be to go and invest in any old sort of Team of the Week with a 50k price range because it allows for more profit. And in the same breath as Team of the Weeks, but I don't think they're quite as good of an investment, is Team of the Seasons. Team of the Seasons, again, have a pretty decent quite a decent price between the current price and the max price range. Now again, you are paying more for Team of the Seasons, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think they'll perform I don't think they'll perform as well as Team of the Weeks. But for whatever reason, I don't know, if you maybe wanted to go and use them in your team for whatever, or maybe you want to go and buy, I don't know, some of them and hoping for an objective, but you can go and pick these up right now for about 58k. So yeah, you can go and pick them up for 58k, and they've got around about an 85k price range. So there is a massive room there for profit. I'm not saying he is going to go to 85k, very unlikely, but we should see them do well because Team of the Seasons are rising every single week, and because we've gone into 2 weeks of a pretty dead promo into what should hopefully be a really, really well-demanded promo, we should see the rises this week heavily outperform previous weeks. So the second investment, if you don't want to go for Team of the Weeks for whatever reason, because I do think Team of the Weeks are better than Team of the Seasons, you can go into Team of the Seasons. Now, it doesn't really matter where you go into, but you've got Team of the Seasons, which are coming in at about 58k. But if you want to go into Team of the Season moments, you can actually get them significantly cheaper. But I'll be honest with you, they both kind of rise, even though these are like practically 10k cheaper. If these Team of the Season moments rise 10k, so do the Team of the Season. So they kind of all rise and drop together. And the price ranges in these seem decent. Seem again at least 65k for them being 48k in the first place. Not too bad. So that is buying Team of the Seasons and Team of the Weeks for these big SBCs. The next one is definitely a bit more risky because it's all going to be subjective on how many cheap heroes and icons are there. So last time they dropped this, do I believe that any of these were SBC fodder? I don't think any of these came in at SBC fodder. Likewise with the heroes, I don't believe any of these came in at SBC fodder. So because neither the heroes or the icons came in as SBC fodder, if you are more than happy to presume that, do you know what, I don't think any of these are going to be SBC fodder, although Trezeguet kind of says otherwise. And likewise, looking at the heroes, saying, do you know what, I'm happy to gamble that none of these are going to be SBC fodder, although Ocampos probably says otherwise. Then what you can do is you can go and buy the high-rated SBC fodder we have at the moment. Because if we're not going to have any 92s, 3s, 4s that are cheap next week, because they're all well-demanded Team of the Season, then the only cards that we've had recently that are 92s, 3s, and 4s are the Make Your Marks. So you could go 91s, but you might as well go for 92s for 2k more. But then you're paying like 5 to 10k per rating increase. So you've basically got either buying the 92s right here, you've got buying the 93s right here, or buying the 94s. I don't think the 25k increase makes these a decent investment. Again, you're not buying them to hope that these cards are going to get upgraded, although if you can buy someone who is actively playing rather than someone who's not actively playing for the same price, then happy days. For example, I think probably buying someone like buying someone like Sawazo is probably more useful than Cascante because he's more likely to receive an upgrade than him. But you're more buying them because if they start releasing some top-end SBCs, and I'm sure we've had some top-end, if I go and load up the Darwin Núñez, EA's only requiring higher and higher rated teams. So because EA is only requiring higher rated teams, I mean, even if we look at the recent Icon SBC, a 90 rated SBC is relatively high. And, if we've got no promo cards that are really SBC fodder, then what's going to carry them is going to be the old promo cards who are high rated. So definitely a slight gamble in buying the super high rateds because if, again, there's cheap icons and heroes, then they'll potentially be better value for money. But again, it is another investment and it's kind of got, maybe it's a little bit more interesting because there's a level of gambling on that Suazo, in comparison to buying Team of the Week. So obviously there's no gambling if they're going to win or not. So that's going to kind of wrap that up. Regarding selling the cards, the Team of the Seasons I would go and sell Thursday after 6pm content. The high rated fodder I would go and sell either Wednesday after 6pm content or Thursday after 6pm content, Wednesday after 6 PM if some of the icons and heroes are looking like SBC fodder, because they'll get supplied with Division Rival rewards on the Thursday. If they're not looking likely to be SBC fodder, then go and sell them Thursday after 6 PM. And Team of the Weeks, like every single week, you're going to go and sell Tuesday after 6 PM. But that has been about that. As I got about 2.2 million left, I'll probably go and just throw on to probably more Team of the Weeks. If I'm 17 mil deep in Team of the Weeks, I might as well go put the rest in them. But that's that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.